Okay, good morning, Megan. Happy Tuesday.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy beginning of the week.
Happy beginning of the week, beginning of September. So we sort of took a little break on our daily lives because I wanted to.
I love that.
It was like, you know what? I'm really tired and I'm just going to take a little bit of like a 2 week break, I think we took. And it was great. We got some great planning done.
Mhm.
And I think that was important for us, just like it's important for all of you. So, welcome everyone. Happy Tuesday. It's Money Talk Tuesday. If my description isn't showing up, I can't tell yet. But I am here with my virtual CFO, Megan Dolly, and tell everybody what you do. Let's start out our new season of lives with what you do first.
I help business owners use their numbers to make more profit. And like by use their numbers, people are but I'm bad at them. That's my job. That's my job. My job is to help you see and organize it in a way that is beneficial for you.
And you work with a lot of my clients when I get them to a certain level and I want them to go even deeper. And I need someone to convince them even further of what I'm teaching them actually works. I go, okay, now I'm having you meet with Megan to go even deeper into your numbers. And it is always eye-opening for all my clients, and especially because of this topic, right? The death of their profits. So let's talk about, how does your profit die so quickly when you think you're doing so well?
Well, there's many ways that it could be dying, but the first one I want to talk about is like just growing yourself out of profits, right? Like people look at their business, what they have now, and they're like, this is going great. Let's do more of it. Or this seems to be going well. If I just extrapolated, took everything times 10, everything will be times 10, including my profit. And what happens on that road, those expenses outpace the revenue. And so your profit becomes a smaller and smaller portion until it actually flips and there's nothing left. I can't tell you how many times I've come across clients that are like, well, when I was small, when I had just one office, when there were only 3 of us, when we were doing so great, what happened? Well,
Yes.
you grew yourself out of your profits.
So this is something I could totally do because I love to grow my business and I love to grow everyone else's business. But usually when it's my client, I'll be like, no, don't spend yet until we know the numbers and know that you can sustain that. And if you're scaling your business, how are you scaling it where it's going to actually increase your income a little bit as well, right? And that's just, that takes a lot of conversation and number crunching to know whether that's the right move.
Yeah. There's many factors that you need to consider. Like even if you're hiring an assistant, like just their $25 an hour isn't just $25 an hour, right? If they're an employee, there's taxes, there's might be computer time, there's your time. Whatever you hire for, if you hire somebody for 40 hours, consider 10% of their time that's going to take you to manage them. So time costs. People don't expect it to actually cost you some of your time to manage the people that you're hiring. Sometimes people are just like, oh, if I hire, they're going to come on, they're going to take the stuff and it's done. Well, wait, I'm out. You just lost 10% of your time because you have somebody that you need to manage to do that job that you just hired for.
That's actually a really good point because I have a couple of clients right now who are in the process of hiring, and their training process is frustrating to them because they're like, it's taking me so long to train them. And is this really going to be worth it? And it's simpler for me to do it myself. And I'm always like trying to drive them through and give them the patience to do that training, because when you come out the other side of the training, now there is the time savings that you've invested money and time into this person, and you will gain that benefit. But it does take patience to get there.
Yes.
And faith. So to scale profitably, is there a percentage, like, because I love, everyone's like, well, what percentage of my money should be going towards staff? What percentage of my money should be going towards operations? And everyone just wants you to hand them a number. It's not that easy to hand somebody.
Not that easy. If you want a cookie cutter business, go buy a franchise.
Thank you.
I mean, they will give you the percentages of where you should be, right? Like I can't tell you and give you a blanket statement of this is where you should be. Like Profit First does a good job of eyeballing it for most businesses of what should fit. And that's great for a lot of businesses, but if you have a unique business, and to dive into that and to run those numbers is going to be far more accurate and far more beneficial than me handing you a number. So, but we can do approximates. If you want to talk approximates, and I'm like with a big old asterisk, like this may not apply to you. This is a generic term for businesses. We can talk about that.
Yeah, let's give
Okay.
a
Okay.
range of, let's just talk staffing costs. If you were making, and I'm just going to keep this simple for the goal of this live, right? If you were grossing 250,000 in your business and netting about 100,000 in your own income, what would be a fair range for them as a percent of what they're making to have a staff?
So we're carving out their profit for their first, right? Like, so we have $250,000 in sales, 100,000 for me. We have 150 worth of overhead. And here's the thing, it depends. It depends on the type of business you have. If you're a restaurant, I'm going to say 30% off the top is going to go to staffing. If you have a service-based business, a high-end service-based business such as interior design, you probably 50% of that remaining expenses are going to be employees. So $75,000 would be one really good employee.
Okay. So that's just, again, this is just a guide. I need people to hear that there's not a set formula, but it's more like a range. And then seeing what you do with that in your business also, right? How you're using that person, whether you're using them to, are they billable to the client at some point, or are they not billable? Are they just admin? Is it take rate? It's like, there's so many factors.
So many.
Right. So we just wanted to touch on it briefly, like scaling profitably is important. Understanding your numbers, how you're using that scaling, whether it's with a staff or whether it's programs that you're purchasing, how is that going to contribute to the steady flow of your incoming business or increase it?
Yeah, and having that clear picture in your mind of how this money is organized so you can see it, like even if it's not on paper, but you have that core understanding of how much should go where to do what job, that what job is that money doing, whether it's paying you, whether it's helping you take care of your clients, or if it's helping you just stay organized and providing some sanity, or if it's, what is that money actually doing? And you can have a clear picture of like, I know of this $250,000 coming in, I can expect 1/3 to go towards employee. I want 1/2 of it to pay me, which leaves, what is that? 1/6. Yeah, which leaves a 1/6 for subscriptions and office maintenance type things. Just to have the picture. And how does that divide out? Do you see a picture, like a literal picture in your head? Do you see numbers? Do you see a pie chart? What is it that works for you?
Yeah, this is a big one. And this is what scares a lot of people, right? Knowing your numbers. So it always starts with knowing where your money is going, right? Don't put your head in the sand. Actually look at your numbers. And even as painful as it may be in the beginning, understand where your money is being spent. So that takes us to number 2, which is looking at your expenses. Like, let's talk non-staffing expenses.
Oh my gosh, there has not been a single business that I have ever gone into and done an expense audit. Even if they had done one a few months prior, there has never been one where people haven't gone like, oh my gosh, can't believe I'm still paying for that.
Oh,
and
yeah,
we
totally
so
guilty
much
of
profit.
that.
Like, yeah, more so than going out and making more sales, there's more profit to be found in cutting back in what you already have. And what kills me is when people like hang on for dear life to those expenses. You see it right now in corporate environments where they are like, you have to come back to the office. Not with the justification of, we just want you guys back in the office. No, they're trying to justify their lease expenses right now. That's what they're doing. Like, the quality of the work from people working at home is just as good.
Oh,
but they're
my
like,
God, or better.
Right, or better. And now they're like, shoot, we have the space, we have to justify the expense now that we have it. Instead of getting rid of it, they're justifying it.
I will tell you, I do a lot of tough love in my coaching where, you know what, why do you still have that warehouse? Why are you still in an outside office when you have space in your home? Or you don't have space in your home and it's time to get an outside office so that you can expand and be more productive, right? These are not just these emotional decisions, they're financial decisions, they're profitability decisions. And it takes a lot of guts to look at your numbers and really make good decisions, logical decisions, not emotional decisions.
Yeah, if I had any superpower, what I would want is to be able to go and like get a book and like just learn it by osmosis, right? Not have to do anything, just to have the knowledge and be able to use it. And I think the same thing, yeah. I think that goes for money, especially if I could give people like, here, you have it, you know it, without them having to go through the exercises. It would alleviate a whole lot of pain. But, understanding your numbers and understanding the expense side and taking out that sting that comes with like, you got to look at your numbers. Ooh, that stings. If that phrase stings you a little bit, let's neutralize that, right? We want to get rid of that sting. And I want you to have that knowledge, and it is going to be something that's going to make you savvy for the rest of your life.
Yeah, the knowledge. Oh, I'm getting an echo. The knowledge is incredibly freeing. Incredibly freeing. So it's terrifying to go into the process of deciding to learn your numbers. But once you learn your numbers, it is so freeing and you run your business so much better.
Yeah.
You just run your business so much better. Okay, so number 3, which is one of my favorites, is modifying your service models. Right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the first things I look at with my clients is if they come to me and like, I've been working my ass off for 10 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and I don't really take any money out of my business. I don't pay myself. Occasionally I run something through the business, whatever. They justify it in their heads of working so hard for not making the money they deserve. One of the first things I look at is their service models. And if each one of their service models is not profitable unto itself, then how would you ever think your business is going to be profitable if your individual service models are just like, well, that's what I do because that's what people want? Well, that's what people want is not a business model. Right? What people want that you can do for them that makes you money is a profitable business model.
Yeah, I'm all for taking what works and protecting it and trying to test out something new. But what happens instead of like, oh, this one works, let's protect it. This thing works, let's protect it. It's like, ooh, let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try this. Somebody asked for this, that, and the other thing. And now you're swamped with all of these different experiments that never really panned out, but are just kind of dragging along their corpse body into your income statement, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is why I teach for designers. I teach the designer for a day, designer on call, and full service design. But every single one of them can't just be priced randomly, can't just be throwing in the kitchen sink because I want to be nice to everybody and everybody needs me and wants me. And that's great. And I just want to work. I just want to do what I love. I get it. Like, I love to coach. I love to help people make money, but I'm not going to do it for free because then I can't support my own life. Right. And that's right. So everyone deserves to support their own life with what they love to do. And there is a way to do that. And that last bucket of modifying your service models to make sure each and every service model you offer is profitable. And then, to me, the hard part, and you suffer from this as well, I know we all do, is just continuing to create new things, even though all these other things have worked in the past for everybody you're serving. Yet somehow we get bored and we create new things, right? And this happens to a lot of entrepreneurs because we get bored.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, it's like, don't modify a working service model if it's making you money. Don't just create new ones for the sake of creating new ones. Like, make sure you're looking at every single one and going, is it helping people? Is it in demand? And is it profitable for me to even offer it? Right. Okay. Yes. So the 3 tips were, I don't know if I typed them properly, but have you scaled profitably, looked at your expenses, and modify your service models to all consider your profit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what we wrote on the screen here, you will have the death of your profit if you're not looking at those, at least those three things.
Yes. Yes. And have a system for doing it, right? Like look at it every quarter, ask yourself those three questions or go through those three things and like, wait, am I trying to grow myself out of profit? Have I looked at my expenses in the last quarter? And what are some revenue models that I've picked up that maybe I need to put back down?
Yes. You know what? Ego. Check your ego at the door when you're looking at your numbers, because your numbers don't lie. And even though you might love something you're offering and it's your favorite thing ever, is it making you the money you expected it to make you, or do you need to put it aside?
Yeah.
Hard to do. Hard to do. But that is why I am here, and that is why you are here, so we can objectively look at someone's numbers and their business and say, this is working for you, this is not working for you. Right? So
Right.
I love your bookkeeping club because I think it's brilliant, since I avoid my bookkeeping as well. And I do my own bookkeeping, just so everybody knows. I outsourced it and I took it back because I wanted to do better at learning my own numbers, right? So I think it's really important. And you have a bookkeeping club for people who like to bury their head in the sand and not look at the numbers. So tell us about that.
So Bookkeeping Club is for those of you who DIY your books, but might need a little bit of guidance or assistance. So what usually happens when people DIY their books, you're actually much better at this, Nancy, than most people I come across, is that it comes to be almost April 15th and they're like, oh, nuts, I need to get something to my tax guy. And it turns out that their tax guy charges them $3,000 for the year of cleanup that you could have done on yourself by yourself. And so people are scrambling to do it themselves. And it is a pure week of hell. People hate putting everything aside and doing a year's worth of books. So instead, what we have, it's like a co-working space where you can come and you can ask questions specifically about your books to somebody who understands how it should look and where things go. So you have that designated time, so your books are always clean and you always know what's going on.
And I have to tell you, that alone is freeing. So Megan is kind when she says I'm better at it than most. It's because I had multiple sessions with you to say, I don't get it. Explain it to me. Where does this go? Why isn't this working? Why aren't my reconciliations? Blah, blah, blah. And that's what you do in the bookkeeping club. You answer questions as they go along. They're doing the work. You're helping them if they get stuck. It's tremendous. And
and then they have the accountability too, right? Like if you don't show up to bookkeeping club, I'm going to come knocking and be like, hey, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Need some help? What's going on?
Right. Because usually when we need help is when we like to hide until it's as difficult as possible. We have to do it now, where bookkeeping club keeps you up to date on a steady basis, which is, again, so freeing. I mean, I just want everyone to run their businesses in a way that makes them happy. And when you let these things accumulate, it just eats at you. Just continues to eat at you. So this is a great club. If you guys are having trouble, you're a DIYer, you're doing your books yourself, you need help, you have questions, you don't understand, reach out to Megan for the bookkeeping club. It might be a good fit for you. How will they know if it's a good fit for them?
They can either come to my website, megandolly.com, and we can have a conversation about it, or they can just go straight to bookkeepingclub.com and check it out. And if it turns out that it doesn't fit them, they get a refund.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So that's a no-brainer then.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, everyone, go have a great Tuesday. I hope you're running your businesses profitably. If you are not, please reach out to me and we can have a chat and figure out, quick fixes I can usually do in one 50-minute phone call. And then if you need ongoing support, we'll talk after that. And if you need help with your books and understanding your numbers solely, please reach out to Megan. She's the best, because that's what helped me. Listen, even as a business coach, I need someone to focus me on the numbers sometimes. So every coach needs a coach. Every psychologist needs a psychologist. And so the story goes. So, all right, everyone, have a great day and we'll see you next week. Thanks, Megan.